Hi guys, welcome to Geek Coding Academy. Today we'll start on this new concept called as Java IO. So in our previous video, we talked about on collection framework. So from collection framework, we have completed all the concepts. Like if you guys not watch those videos, please watch that video in my channel prior to this. Now we'll start on this Java IO. So let's start. So what do you mean by Java IO, guys? Like IO stands for input and output. So Java IO means like it refers to the system of handling data, input and output to external sources like files, network connections, and user inputs. Means like using our program, we can able to communicate between from our program to outside world, like writing a data to external drives or to network connections, or fetching a data from outside sources. So this Java IO is a very powerful which makes Java more versatile in handling these. So it's handling data input and output to external sources like files, network connections, and user inputs. Okay. This system forms the foundation of data manipulation in Java, as it allows program to read data from various sources and send data out to different destinations. Okay. So what is exactly Java IO? First of all, understand what is IO operations. IO operations like input and output operations means which involve reading data from an input source, which may be like a as basic as keyboard or file or some complex network communications, and writing data into output destinations. Similarly, just printing in our console or putting a data into a file or sending to another computer using in a networks. Okay. So why we need to use Java IO? Because it allows interaction between our Java application and the outside world, which is essential for tasks like suppose we want to save a data to a file or process some user inputs and reading configuration files, especially suppose if we are using a Spring Boot application, a lot of configuration we need to fetch depends on where we are putting our application, like whether if it's a dev server, production server, there are configuration will change, right? So all these configuration files with the help of this Java, you can able to read it and transfer data over the internet. This is one of the most important guys here because using Java application, we can connect to internet, like we can transfer our data to internet or receive user input from the internet only because of these Java IO packages. First of all, we'll understand the core of Java IO. The core of Java IO works like a streams. It uses the principle of streams. Like streams means is a sequence of data. Okay. Suppose we have a file where we have a lot of data to it. It will not take automatically in a one shot. So it will what it will Java IO will do is it will create a one stream, just like a pipe. So it will take the data byte by byte so that there is no overhead of putting data on one shot. It will cause an overhead, and also if something happens, we have a there is a chances of data loss also. Like using the streams way of fetching data, that is, it's an abstraction that represents a sequence of data. In Java IO, a stream is a flow of data. Okay, data means here we have a two types of data. One is byte means which data which can be represented in ones and zeros, that is a byte format of data, and character data, that is normal text. What we written, all text data or character type of data. Both these data from an input to output destination with the help of this Java IO, which uses streams way of transferring data. There are two ways as a stream. One is input stream and output stream. Okay, input stream means we are take data from the source, whereas an output stream is we need to write data to a destination file, or it may be a network, or it may be just a printing on console, etc. Like streams helps in transferring data sequentially. This is what most important guys here. It transferring data sequentially, which makes it possible to read or write data without needing to hold the entire data set in memory. Suppose we have a very big file and instead of loading all the data at a time to RAM memory, which is highly impossible, and moreover in real-time production server, like we have a lot of data coming from all over the users from all over the world, and you know, like using streams, we can easily handle it instead of taking a burden of putting whole data into once in a one shot in RAM memory. So it follow the streams. Here I already told like what type of data it was transferring through streams. Based on that, we have a two types like byte stream and character stream. Java IO is characterized into byte stream and character streams to handle different type of data. Byte stream means all data which can be represented in bit format like ones and zeros, where a character streams means like a text format, generally speaking, a type of data, text type of data. Okay, let's see first byte streams. Means it is designed to handle raw binary data. It will be suitable for working with images. So image, audio files, videos, or any non-text data, which is non-text data, all using byte streams we can able to process. And it is based on in these byte streams we have some of the subclasses and subinterfaces which helps us to achieve this. There are some hierarchy. Because this is an intro video, I'll giving an overview, guys. In my next video, we'll see about the complete hierarchy, like how the classes will be used and what classes we have to use. Suppose we want to do a buffered version of stream, what classes we have to use. Everything we'll talk. This is just a overview. Like in this overview, like I may tell like in byte streams, we have like an input stream and output stream that you guys know already. Like input stream means taking data from the source or from a file, and output stream is like just after we process data, we need to pass that data into a file or into an internet, etc. Classes, and we have a subclasses for them also, such as like for an input stream, we have a file input stream. For an output stream, we are in a file output stream. What all those we'll see. How it will help in accessing the files and all. We'll see. Let's go to another type of data, that is character type. So it is designed specially to handle text data, okay, which encodes and decodes data into characters, making it more suitable for handling textual informations, okay. So based on there are reader and writer classes for this. Like how we have for byte streams, we have an input stream and output stream. Similarly, here we have in a reader and writer because it's related to text related data. So some of the meaningful classes for this is reader and writer. So reader means which will read a text data from the file, whereas a writer means it will write the text data into a file or a network, etc. And the subclasses like in a file reader and file writer. Okay, like we saw here file input stream and file output stream. Whereas if you come for a character type of data, we will having in a file reader and file writer. Okay, so here Java IO clearly segregating both byte type of data and character streams that offers a very flexibility in handling both binary as well as textual data efficiently. So let's see in a hierarchy basic overview. Java IO package, which is also present in java.io. That was the folder or package where we have a several classes to facilitate different IO operations. What different IO operation means? Reading and writing. The way of reading and writing may be different, right? Sometimes we need a buffered read, means we need to store some amount of data into memory instead of taking bit by bit or line by line we need the way of reading. Okay, that's why we have a different several classes under a Java IO package. So first class we already discussed is input stream and output stream. This helps for byte streams. So this is a base class for handling byte based input and output. Reader and writer we saw this is related to character streams. It's a base class for handling character based input and output. So under these classes, we have a subclasses for different operations. We'll see more, guys, because I planned this course, I planned this lecture in such a way that I just won't want to miss any of the topic. So please subscribe to my channel. Please be tuned. I'm going to cover all of the topics. Okay. And we have one more class called file, which represent a files or directories in a file system. Suppose if you want to store a data, first we have to access file system, right? Then we have to create a folder or just editing, go inside a folder. Everything this file consists of represent file information, both directories in the file system. Data input stream and data output stream means is allow reading and writing primitive data types. Suppose primitive data types you may know like int, float, char, byte, long, short. These are all primitive data types. Means they were not objects actually. They were just data types which represent their type. We have a very detailed class on this when we did for syntax of Java. So these, if you are handling this type of data, if you use data input stream and data output stream, it will be more compatible. And buffered input stream and buffered output stream, like it will provide a buffer. Okay, buffer means like one by one, instead of one by one, some amount it will take and it will put it in a memory such that it will be efficient for processing. Like it provide buffer to increase IO efficiency. Okay, object input stream and object output stream. Like Java always talks about objects. Like objects, we saw how objects got created. Like we need to define a class that just like a blueprint of before defining an actual entity. That is what object. The object got created in the memory. Everything we know. But suppose we want that object to be transferred to another system over the internet, or we want to store it in some way. There also we have a supporting classes for that. That is what object input stream and object output stream, which facilitates serialization and deserialization. Serialization means converting an object to byte, whereas in deserialization is converting back from byte to an object. The best example of deserialization you can take is as in a JSON. If you talk about like if I go inside of a Spring Boot framework, I could have explained this more, like how we are passing data to APIs and using in a request body, and now we are getting data from in a response body. Like while getting and sending, we need to serialize and deserialize like what packages we are using. Spring Boot mainly uses of JSON wrappers classes, and these are all we'll talk when we went into that actual real-time examples. So let's see how Java works under the hood. Okay, when working with Java IO, we need to understand how it performs, how it operation, like, and also how it optimize. Buffered IO already saw that like by using in a buffer streams like buffered input stream and buffered output stream, Java temporarily stored data in memory to reduce the number of reads and write to disk, significantly improve performance. Like every time going into a folder, fetching an internet, instead of that, let's fetch some big amount of data and store it into a memory. These are all related to requirement, guys. So every time you don't have to use buffered only if you require needs. So that's what, like when we go into any system design, I'll talk about more on this, how to design our system before actual coding. We have to design properly, both low level and high level way. Okay. And resource management, Java provides try with resource construct. Okay, to manage our resources. So once these streams and everything, Java will give a very clear definitions to close the resources after use in order to prevent memory leaks. So there is a good resource management in Java. So let's see some of the key features or use cases of Java IO. For file related operation, yes, we can use Java IO for creating, reading, and writing files. Data serialization, I already told you, like converting an object to byte streams and enabling data storage or transmission across a network. That's how you guys and me are connecting now. I am creating this video and I'm uploading to any YouTube. While uploading, that will be converted back to some using some algorithm that will be decoded, and it will be over to a network. And from that, it will go on store in a YouTube's some data centers. While you access my video, automatically bit by bit, it will fetch from the data servers, and automatically the Chrome browser or whatever application you're using will reconvert it back to um, the video, and you can see my videos. This is how it is. Like there are completely ecosystem based on these guys. And network communication. Yeah, this is enabling input and output over a network connection for client server communication. That simply we call as an internet. Like if you having a communication over the internet, this helps. And user interaction. Like suppose I want to handle an input from a console or GU based application. Suppose like you want to take input from a terminal. Take it an example. Like you can use this Java helps in that scenario also. And this just one note, like transition of Java NIO, means transition before Java 1.4, there was Java IO, but that's not fully matured. There are some drawbacks to it. Like after 1.4, Java team created a more stable and powerful IO that we call as a new IO, Java NIO or new IO, which they introduced non-blocking IO and most powerful abstractions like channel and selectors. So these new IO is especially useful for high performance applications requiring a non-blocking or asynchronous IO operation. Asynchronous IO operation means acting on multiple threads at a time. So yeah, this all about Java IO. I hope you guys now come to know why we should have to clearly understand these input and output concepts in Java, because this is the only way we can able to make our program to interact with an outside world. If you don't interact with an outside world, then what is the need of creating a web application, guys? So I hope you guys now understand this overview. In our next video, I'll come up with more detailed video one by one for this entire IO concept. I'll cover all of the concept, guys. So please be tuned to our channel. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'm really excited to teach. And if you like this video, please share this video to your friends and colleagues. And please subscribe to my channel. And, and I'll meet you guys in my next video. Till then, keep watching, keep learning. Thank you. Bye.